Hi everybody out there listening or watching, I should perhaps say. A couple of years ago they decided to build a new outdoor stadium in my hometown of Boden in northern Sweden. And to celebrate this stadium they decided to have a big show when they opened it, a big opening show. And they had invited a Swedish man called Robert Wells, who may not be that famous outside of, but he's very famous in Sweden. He's a piano player. He plays everything from boogie woogie to rock and roll to classical music. And he performs on something called Raps in Rock, where he performs his own music and lots of covers. And it's always a package tour, so he invites a lot of famous artists, everything from opera singers to pop singers to rock singers too. And it's a sort of a mishmash or sort of a mix, a hodgepodge of lots of different styles. And on this occasion I had the fortune of being there because I was asked by a local newspaper who I work for on freelance basis to review the concert. And unfortunately I had to leave after some time because I had to get it to the paper next morning, so I had to leave because there was a deadline before the newspaper was going on print. But one of the acts that I did get to see at least one song of was an invited guest from the UK, and that was Paul Carrack. And to see Paul Carrack stand in front of a symphony orchestra outside in the summer night, this was in the beginning of June, it was a clear summer night, seeing him outside on a stage backed up by a symphony orchestra full power singing The Living Years was something truly magical. That's something I will never forget. And I always liked Paul Carrack a lot. I think he has one of the great blue-eyed soul voices of all time, and I think he's also an excellent songwriter and musician. And something that really proves that to the fullest is his latest CD, I should say, not last. I'm thinking that he won't perform anymore or give in any more CDs. I certainly hope this is not his last CD, but it is his latest. And it is probably his best so far. It's called These Days, and it looks like this. A couple of years ago, his brother gave him a metal box full of old photographs his father had taken when the Carrack brothers were young, of the family, and it's those family that he uses. It's those family photos that he uses here on this as the cover basis for this CD. There are a couple of newly taken photos from the studio and so on, but it is mostly those old photographs. And it has a large booklet of 38 pages full of not just lyrics for every song, but also a lot of old photos from Paul Carrack. You can really dwell into this. The CD features 11 tracks. Paul has written 6 all by himself. 5 he's written together with his old squeeze partner Chris Difford. The CD is produced by the old Michael Mechanics drummer Peter Van Hook, and he has an impressive band with him. It's like on his last CD, he has a horn section that is P.V. Ellis conducts and performs on. The old inspired musician who's worked a lot with Van Morrison since moving to the UK. And there's also wonderful drumming throughout, performed by Steve Gadd. Paul Carrack himself has released a lengthy video on his own YouTube channel, about close to between 25 and 30 minutes, where he discusses the whole CD track by track. And there you can notice that the reason why the CD has been delayed, because it has been delayed, is the fact that Steve Gadd, he met Steve Gadd while performing on a Clapton concert last year. And when mentioning that he was recording a new CD, Steve Gadd said, I want to play on that one. And in order to get Steve Gadd to function, to work, they had to postpone it a bit. And these are 11 pure pop nuggets. Soul pop with lots of horns on some tracks, some are a bit more acoustic, and it's wonderful to hear. Just original music, as I previously stated, and he has written self and together with Difford 11 classic nuggets. These are pop chestnuts nuggets with a country, well, not country, but with a soul twist, I should say, well, some of them. And these are songs that could have easily been made 50 or 60 years ago. These are classic songs. They could have come from the Brill Building in the late 50s or 60s. These are timeless songs, and he performs them with such marvelous. He has a marvelous voice. There are wonderful background vocalists, and there are some wonderful guitar playing on all the tracks. I particularly like the one that he's made a video of that's called In the Cold Light of Day, which is probably this year's best piece of music so far, all kind. It's available also on his YouTube channel to look and listen to. And wonderful slide guitar performance there of the guy who plays slide guitar on this CD. This is once again a CD where you can dwell into music and listen to it a lot, because you'll never get tired of it. It's been spinning constantly in my CD player since I got it last week, and I've listened to it over and over again, and I never get tired of it. I just push the repeat button and listen to it again. This is the way music is supposed to be. This is classic, timeless, and kudos to all the performance. And it's glad to see that such a person like Paul Carrack continues to release music throughout his own label, Carrack UK, that he is releasing this himself, and that he has his own studio, and some of it's recorded in other studios. But it's wonderful, and I can't stress enough how wonderful and nice I think this CD is. This is probably a contender for, well, it is at least pop CD of the year, but it's probably one of the year's best CD if someone forced me to do some sort of recap or say this is the best CDs of 2018 when we're summarizing up the year. So get this one, either CD or listen to it, but I think the best way actually for these is actually CD, because then you get these, I don't know if you get, I haven't downloaded digitally. I suppose if you buy it digitally you'll get this booklet also, but I like this thick books that you can hold to, and also these wonderful pictures from the recording sessions here. Those are priceless. I would like these as prints to put up on the wall as framed in pictures. So this is a truly nice CD, and there's also a lot of variation in styles. There's one track is almost a reggae track, some are ballads, some are upbeat, but he has constant feeling. And also if you look into his into the aforementioned long video on his YouTube channel, you will get quite a good feeling about what the songs are about and how he wrote them. And that's interesting, because these are just not just senseless lyrics. There's a meaning to them also, which is very interesting, because I like music that has a meaning. I mean, this is pure sunshine pop in a way, but it also has a depth and feeling when you hear him talk on his YouTube channel about about what's behind the lyrics, and that is interesting. So this I can truly recommend to all those out there who like pure and simple fun pop and soul music performed by a great artist with a wonderful voice. He has never sounded, and his background accompanying him, I think he has never sounded better than this. Get it?